In this video, I'm going to go over a Fatal Vanilla fragrance from Tom Ford. If you want to know more about this one, stay tuned. Hey everybody, it's Peter from Centrail. If you're new to this channel, I want to extend a warm welcome to you. If you're back, it's good to see you again. On this channel, we talk about fragrances, designers, niche, so on and so forth. Anything that wraps around the world of fragrance. So if you're into fragrances or you just want to smell great, consider subscribing. Love, like, share, all those wonderful things. I want to thank you in advance. Thank you for being here. And now let's get into today's fragrance. The charming fashion designer Tom Ford, born in Austin, Texas, hardly needs an introduction. Working with fashion houses like Gucci and Yves Saint Laurent and starting his own house and fashion line in 2006, Tom Ford has become a household name for many of us. As of this point, Tom Ford has over 100 fragrances in the databases. The first one was from 2006 and it is a Black Orchid. I don't have that one. I only have the 2015 Black Orchid EDT, but I'm always keeping my eyes open for the original Black Orchid. Really a beautiful scent. However, in this video, we're going to look at not the Black Orchid. We're going to look at a 2017 fragrance from the Private Blend line. And if you're wondering what Private Blend means, here's a little snippet of what Tom Ford said.
Private Blend is my own personal scent laboratory, where I create special, original fragrances, unconstrained by the conventions of mainstream scent making.
Now we know what Private Blend means to Tom Ford. The fragrance that we're going to look at today is from the Private Blend line. It's a 2017 fragrance, and it is Vanille Fatale. And this is a 50 milliliter bottle. And the perfumer behind this fragrance is Jan Vasnier. A little snippet of information about the Tom Ford bottles. They were all designed by actually fragrance bottle designer, and it is Patrick Morgan that designed these bottles. I think they're really cool and they fit the style of Tom Ford. But let's get into the sprays and see how this wonderful fragrance performs. Let's see. I'll give it a little spray right here. Nice, light, easy, tuft. You don't need too many with Tom Ford. I find that less is more. 2 to 3 sprays is usually all that you need with these wonderful fragrances. The fragrance starts out with a fresh dose of orange and lime. And right next to it is a warm chalice of rum. 2 to 3 minutes into this fragrance, you will get, at the top of the note, you will get some olibanum, and that is a fruity, earthy note. And it is surrounded by myrrh. There's also some saffron in here, and a hint of pepper or a peppery note from the coriander. And imagine you get all of that just at the beginning of this fragrance when you first spray it. 2 to 3 minutes into the fragrance. Quite beautiful. There is a floral note or a note in the middle. It's frangipani. I hope I say that right. It's an unusual note that really kind of sticks out to me in this fragrance. It is a tropical, floral, a bit fruity note. And that's frangipani. I'm gonna have to write that up there. I hope I say that right. If I don't, do correct me. But it is this fragrance has a little bit of a tropical, floral, almost a sense of like Hawaii or something to me. And it fits beautiful with the vanilla that's in this fragrance. About 10 minutes into it, you will get a note called Artemisia. And Artemisia is a note that is often or is used actually to flavor absinthe. And it smells a bit like licorice. Now, you say licorice, I'm not really into the licorice perhaps, but you know, the Artemisia or the licorice scent that is in this beautiful fragrance, Vanille Fatale, is softened by a background of ripened plum. It's really well done. And Vanille Fatale stays at this location with the plum and the artemisia and the background of vanilla. It stays here for quite a while before it deepens into the dry down. And as it goes into the dry down, it once again is a completely sort of almost different fragrance. It is as if slowly walking over the hill, there is the Madagascar vanilla, and it has the mahogany or a mahogany note in tow. And the vanilla is dressed in suede, and it is smoking a sweet pipe. It's kind of coming over the hill, and you start to see it or smell it more and more. So you got Madagascar vanilla, you have some suede, you have some pipe tobacco, and mahogany. Now, of course, some of you will go, well, how is this with the pipe tobacco and the mahogany? How is this still unisex? Well, there is a note of violet in this fragrance that sort of keeps everything on the unisex side. The violet is very mild. It is there when you kind of smell for it, but it does keep the tobacco and the mahogany at bay in an ever so slight way. Now, this fragrance, when you first spray it, it is quite big for 2 to 3 minutes. It is quite loud and it's quite a lot, but it settles fairly quickly into a really comfortable level that never is too much for you. And it is quite beautiful to wear all day long. But with all Tom Ford fragrances, like I said at the beginning of the video, you have to make sure that you don't overspray it. Like I've oversprayed some of the fragrances, like I did it with Effin' Fabulous, and it was really too much. I felt like I needed to get it off of me. So less is more. 2 to 3 sprays is probably all you're going to need with Vanille Fatale. I had Vanille Fatale on a tester strip laying in the kitchen or in my office, and every time I walked into the room, I could get whiffs of the tester strip. So it does last all day long, 8 hours or more. I find Vanille Fatale a youthful fragrance. It is on the sweeter side, not too sweet. There is some depth because of the mahogany. I would say probably 25 and older. I do think it's a unisex fragrance. This could be very easily worn by a female as a signature scent. However, I do not think that a man should wear this one as a signature scent, because I don't think that I would wear this one if I had a meeting in a boardroom. It is just a little bit too sensual for me as a guy's fragrance if you're going into a boardroom. But don't listen to me, you do you. And for the premium price that we pay for Tom Ford's Fatal Vanilla or Vanille Fatale, we should wear it all the time. Don't you agree? Thank you for watching. I hope you got something out of this. If you did, please consider subscribing. Love, like, share, all those wonderful things. I want to thank you in advance. Thank you for spending time with me. I had a great time. Until next time, I want you to take good care of yourself. Always smell nice, and I'll talk to you soon. Until then, Central out.